Most people believe that success and happiness are about working harder, pushing, forcing, never giving up. But what if I told you that effort isn't the key to progress? What if trying harder is actually making things worse? Humans have a tendency to create artificial concepts and categories to understand the world, but this can lead to a deception and a loss of the natural flow, as illustrated by the quote from Lao Tzu's work, the Tao Te Ching. According to Taoist wisdom, everything we think we know about effort is flawed. We strive for success, but it eludes us. We chase happiness, but it slips through our fingers. We try to control life, but life resists. The ancient philosophy of Taoism teaches something revolutionary. The more you force, the less you gain. The more you let go, the more life flows in your favor. This concept is at the heart of one of Taoism's most misunderstood ideas, Wu Wei, the art of not trying. By the end of this video, you'll understand why forcing things can be counterproductive, how aligning with the natural flow of life makes everything easier, and how this ancient wisdom can transform the way you approach work, relationships, and happiness. So let's dive deep into the art of not trying. Taoism teaches that our greatest mistakes come from trying too hard. As Lao Tzu put it, those who stand on tiptoes do not stand firm. Those who rush ahead do not get very far. Have you ever noticed how the harder you try to force something, the more resistance you encounter? Perhaps you over-prepared for an exam and ended up second-guessing yourself. Or maybe you over-analyzed a relationship and ended up pushing someone away. The concept of the Tao, or the natural flow of life, is central to Taoist philosophy, and it is described as a mysterious and undefinable force that is all-encompassing and beyond human perception, yet it can be felt and known. Taoism suggests that life has a natural flow. When we work against it, we struggle. When we work with it, things happen effortlessly. This is why Taoist philosophy warns against artificial structures like rigid rules and forced ethics. The moment we impose too much control, we lose touch with the natural way of life. At the core of Taoist philosophy is the concept of the Tao, which represents the natural way of the universe. Unlike human-made rules, the Tao isn't something to follow, it's something to align with. It's like water. Water doesn't force its way through obstacles, it flows around them. Water doesn't resist change, it adapts. Water doesn't have to try, it simply is. Humans, however, create artificial concepts to define the world. We categorize everything, but in doing so, we often deceive ourselves. Lao Tzu wrote, 5 colors blind the eye, 5 notes deafen the ear, 5 flavors dull the tongue. This means that overcomplication leads to confusion. Instead of appreciating life, we analyze, control, and manipulate, often to our own detriment. One of the biggest misconceptions about Taoism is that it promotes laziness. In reality, Wu Wei, or effortless action, is about skillful flow, not inaction. Think of an athlete in peak performance. They don't force their movements, they flow. A skilled musician doesn't fight the notes, they play intuitively. That's Wu Wei in action. Wu Wei is often misunderstood as doing nothing, but it actually refers to a state of effortless action, where one acts in a smooth and painless manner, and it is suggested that this approach can lead to a more natural and easy progression through life. Instead of resisting life, we learn to move with it, allowing things to unfold naturally. By embracing this mindset, we remove unnecessary struggle and find success effortlessly. Humans have a tendency to assign values to things, money, status, beauty, but Taoism teaches that this often leads to dissatisfaction. The attribution of value to certain things is also examined, and it is suggested that this can lead to a waste of time and energy, as people often try to improve things and make them worse, and instead, one should focus on allowing things to unfold naturally and effortlessly. Humans often try to eradicate what they are averse to, such as poverty, while desiring the opposite, like wealth and fame, but this approach can be flawed, as the desired outcome cannot exist without its opposite. For example, many people chase wealth, believing it will bring happiness, but in the process, they become exhausted and unfulfilled. Taoism suggests that true fulfillment comes from embracing what is, rather than chasing what could be. The Taoist scriptures, such as the Tao Te Ching and the Zhuangzi, provide examples of how humans try to improve the world, but often end up causing more harm, as seen in the story of Yen Wei, who wanted to use his knowledge to improve a country, but was discouraged by Confucius. The Taoist scriptures, such as the Tao Te Ching and the Zhuangzi, provide examples of how humans try to improve the world, but often end up causing more harm, as seen in the story of Yen Wei, who wanted to use his knowledge to improve a country, but was discouraged by Confucius. Taoism warns that chasing happiness through external means is futile. Wealth, fame, and power are temporary illusions. Instead of seeking happiness outside ourselves, we must find contentment within. Lao Tzu observed, "The more you chase after happiness, the more it eludes you." This means that happiness isn't something you get by chasing it. It's something that arises when you stop chasing. According to Taoism, nothing in nature tries to be something it's not. A tree doesn't try to grow faster. A river doesn't try to change direction. All creatures have their unique characteristics, and nothing is better than the other. Only judgment makes it so, which is why people feel the need to change who they are to fit an ideal. Humans, however, often feel pressured to conform to artificial standards. We strive to be better, but at what cost? The Taoist suggests that instead of trying to change ourselves to fit a man-made standard, we should accept ourselves as we are, because everyone and everything has its place in the whole, and by trying to alter this, we bring the world out of balance. Instead of fighting our nature, Taoism suggests embracing it. This is known as the middle path, staying balanced, honoring our own nature, and moving with life rather than against it. It means that real wisdom is about needing less. It means that real peace doesn't come from control. It comes from surrender. It means that real success isn't about force, it's about flow. When we stop trying to push life in a certain direction, life often falls into place on its own. The Taoist also suggests letting go of knowledge and limiting beliefs, and instead keeping an open mind, giving the universe room to show itself as it is, which can lead to a state of inner stillness and true happiness. The process of unlearning something every day, called the fasting of the heart, allows the Taoist to arrive at non-action, or the art of not trying, where nothing will be left undone. So here's my challenge to you. Where in your life are you forcing things? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if this resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Because sometimes the best way forward is to stop trying so hard.